talk. Should I press live now?
Yes, let's do this.
Yeah. So, hi, Stephanie. I have to read it. Stephanie Hrehirchuk, and I'm so sorry. I'm sure I pronounced it totally wrong, even though I practiced with you just now a few times. So please apologize. Hi, Stephanie. How do you pronounce your name properly?
Hello, Erica. It's Stephanie Hrehirchuk.
Hrehirchuk. Hrehirchuk. I promise I will continue practicing.
It's all good.
So, hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
I'm so glad you're connecting and calling in from Canada.
Yes, from Alberta, Canada.
Alberta, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So, hi. Good evening from here, from Germany. So it's almost 10 o'clock over here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talk to you. We know each other from Claire Semmit's and Jean Houston's Influencers Masterclass. Mm-hmm. And one of the modules was about writing. Mm-hmm. And as it happens, you're offering an eight weeks online course, which is called Authors and Beyond, where you also have got a fantastic offer of a beta course, which is which has got a great value for that what you offer. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to do this course. And maybe you want to tell us more what you offer in this course.
Yes. Thanks, Erica. This course I've put together with my dear friend and editor, Mariah Loza Kwakson, another tricky last name. And we both self-published our books. We've done several over the last few years. And it was a steep learning curve to self-publish a book. There's a lot of steps and a lot of information that you have to wade through to figure out how to go through the process. But once you do it, it becomes, so much simpler. But what else we found was, with all that information, it was really nice to support one another. Mm-hmm. And so we said, why don't we take all of this information that we've gathered over the last couple of years and put it into a course so that we can reach more writers and help particularly women. We do work with men, but particularly helping women to get their stories and their wisdom and their books out into the world in a way that is authentic to how they want to work in the world. Because everyone has a different story. Some women like yourself, they're doing speaking and maybe coaching and working professionally with women. We've had nutritionists, we've had therapists and psychiatrists. We've had shop owners, herbalists. Mm-hmm. And so how everybody wants to use their book in the world and spread their message is unique to them. And what we wanted to do was not just do an online course that says, here's the 10 steps, follow it, but to be present within that course and say, well, here's the way that this is done, but how does this work for you? And, what are your questions? And let's have a conversation and let's flesh out how you want to work with your book and how your message wants to find its readers and where are those readers and what's the transformation you're offering and how can you help people and what best serves the writer and the book that you're writing, not just a cookie cutter approach to publishing.
Well, that sounds fantastic, because so far what I'm experiencing as well, even though the process of writing it was easy, because I felt like the knowns, like my book, the people in my group, they know that my book is about the 3 knowns have been weaving through me. Mm-hmm. And it was like this muse working through me. I found it very easy, but now this whole process of editing and how to publish this, how to prepare the marketing, I really find very tedious and very isolating and lonesome. So I'm particularly interested in the co-creation of this course.
And we don't want, because it is a lot of steps. It's It's not a hard process. It just has a lot of moving parts. And we don't want publishing of a book to get in the way of wonderful women and writers such as yourself to getting their story out in the world. Right? So, if Mariah and I can put our information together, and we're also very, we love to research, we love to find the answers, we love to figure out how to do things. So it's easy for us to coach and support in that manner. And we see too many great stories get left untold because the task of publishing is too daunting. Yeah. Or writers become too scared. The download, the muse, the writing was all so fulfilling and nourishing. But then there's this, oh my goodness, I have to put this book in the world. Other people are going to read it. And that's where the support comes in as well, where you need to have that circle of women or circle of people who say, no, we support you. You've come this far, put this book into the world. I have a personal belief that if you're writing a story, and you're never writing a story is always writing itself through you. Yeah. So if a story is writing itself through you, it's because you agreed to tell that story to somebody else. You might have agreed to tell it to 1,000 people. You might have agreed to tell it to one person, but somewhere you agreed you would tell that story. And so it needs to be published, especially if it's something that has been so compelling, you haven't been able to stop writing it. Somebody's waiting for it. Somebody up there is going, wait a minute, Erica, you promised at this point in my life you would show up and tell the story and it was going to help me to get to the next stage. Yeah. Right? So in that way, the story has to be told. It has to come out. It might come out in a small print run. I've had authors that just, printed 40 copies of their book and went and sold it to 40 people and said, that makes me so happy. I've had other authors that have, they're on their 4th, 5th print runs. They're selling on Amazon. They're selling on Ingram Spark. They're selling around the world. They're reaching people everywhere. They're speaking on stages, and that makes them happy. Every book, every story's journey is different. So what we want to do is not create a course that says, here you go, and now you should do this with your book. But a course that says, where does your story want to go? Who's waiting for your story? Let's get it out there so they can read it.
Great. We totally speak the same language there. And how do you support, primarily women, like you said, to figure out their own unique way of telling their story? Are you offering coaching? What kind of individual support?
Yes. So when we do offer the full course, right now we're just in beta. So we're finishing writing and putting all the content in there. When we do offer the full course, it does come with personal coaching sessions. So we'll be on Zoom or Skype or some kind of online format where we can have conversations. And quite often when we're coaching, all we're doing is mirroring, right? So I'm listening to hear your words and reflect back to you what it is that's coming up through you that maybe isn't as clear because there's so much of it going on. But when you start to talk to me and we have a conversation, I can help you to pull out and clarify, okay, what feels nourishing to you around working with your book. So we do offer, in the full course, we offer, I think we have 2 coaching calls in there, and then we do weekly Q&A inside the course. So if there's anything that's not clear or any question that you have, you can type it in there, and Mariah and I are both in there to, research it, answer it, figure out a solution for you, maybe pose some questions back to you to help get some clarity around what it is you're wanting to do. While we're getting the course up and running, we're actually looking for beta testers. So we're offering the course at something crazy, I don't know, like 80% off. I think it's $99 Canadian, however that works out in currencies around the world. With that, what we're doing is we're asking anyone who's writing, whether you're in first draft of your manuscript, or you're already working with an editor, wherever you're at in your publishing process, you can come into the course. We won't be doing manuscript reviews or personal coaching calls, but we're in there live answering questions, all of the materials in the course. And what we want is for beta readers to, by all means, ask all your questions, and we'll get in there with you. And because the more questions we have from our writers, then the more richness we can bring to the content. We can say, oh, hang on, Erica had that question. Let's get her an answer, and let's make sure that's in the course content for other writers who might have that same question.
And how many live calls are there going to be where we can answer, where we can ask these questions?
Well, it depends on how many beta readers beta testers we have come into the course, Erica. So what we'd like to do is, if we have, a good sized group in there, we'd like to do a Zoom call with everybody on there so people can introduce themselves and say, hi, I'm Erica, I'm writing The Weirding Way. And, this is what the book's about. Because it's nice when you're in the course and you see people asking questions and answering questions. It's nice if oh, there's Erica. That's the book she's writing. Oh, I have an answer to her question. Let's all have conversation around it. So we will have at least one Zoom call in the beta. If we have enough interest and enthusiasm in there, we'll jump on a few more and make sure that everyone feels supported. Sometimes you just need a call to say, how's everybody doing? Are we all still here, or are we still going strong? Who needs a boost? Who needs a pep talk?
Exactly, but that depends how many people are going to sign up.
Yes, and where people are in the course. So what we find when we work with writers is everybody's at a different stage. So our challenge was, to take people through a course at the same time can be tricky, because where one writer's still finishing their revisions, somebody else might be doing beta testing, somebody else might be working with an editor, maybe someone else is working on cover design. So we wanted to have a course where you can move through it as fast as you want and only jump into the question and answer when you need it. So we don't want to slow anyone's process either. If you don't want to do crowdfunding, then you skip through the crowdfunding modules and you go on to the next one. So we've organized it that you can go through the material at your own pace. You don't have to wait for the next week's lesson to come up. You can say, you know what, I've already done editing. I'm going to zip into this beta reader part and find out what's going on in there.
Great, that is so individual. That's very, very good. And if there is not a Zoom call, is it still possible in the beta course to contact you or and your partner?
Oh, yes. I mean, if somebody's struggling, Erica, we're not going to let you struggle on your own. Mariah and we're pretty good at, we'll jump on a call with somebody, if you need some clarity, if you're having some issues, by all means, we'll jump. I might be cooking soup while I jump on the call with you. But, we'll get in there and help you out and figure out how to support you.
Well, that sounds fantastic. And for me, just the right thing, since I'm in the process of publishing my book, I think it's such a fantastic, fantastic offer. And is it possible to join now under the link which I put in the post?
Yes, so you can jump in there right away. I'm still working on the course. I was in there this morning. So I think we've got it all the way through editing, beta readers, manuscript revisions. This morning I was working on your additional copy that you have to write in your book. So your bio and your back copy matter and acknowledgements. And then tomorrow I'll be tackling your interior formatting design, book cover design, and then we'll be getting into upload on Amazon, Ingram Spark, which is the right distribution channel. Should you go into bookstores? How do you want to sell your book? And then we'll look at some launch strategies and what's the right marketing plan. So you can jump in there today and work your way all the way up to where I'm at. And then I'll be writing content as we go. The entire course should be finished by next week. So, but there's a lot of modules in there, so it'll take a little while before anybody catches up to me.
Amazing. It really sounds amazing. Just try the right thing.
Yeah, well, and again, we want to support people in being able to get your story out there. Nothing should hold you back from being able to tell your story.
Well, what interests me as well is how did you get to offer this course? Are you looking at having published quite a few books yourself?
I am now at, I want to say, book number 12.
Wow.
I'm in revisions on in the last 3 years.
Wow.
So yes, I wrote for 10 years. I was working on a memoir that was a yoga-based healing memoir. And it kind of scared me. I got close to being able to publish it. And I thought, oh, how am I going to put my story out into the world? This is terrifying. But I had a sweet little children's story I'd written over the years. And I thought, I'm just going to test the water and publish this children's story. And that one children's book turned into a series of children's books, which turned into more children's books, which turned into books on Ayurveda and health. Mm-hmm. And then finally in June, I published that memoir, and it was like, oh, whatever. There's the memoir. It's all good. So, and my editor, the same, she's published quite a few books of poetry, and just this year she published her memoir as well. So we've been really steeped in the world of online self-publishing, and it's less of a publishing journey and it's more of a tech journey. Mm-hmm. It's because so much of it, as soon as you're online and Kindle and Ingram Spark and Amazon, you have to stay current with the technology. So we decided, since we've been immersed in this and we know what to do, let's get it out there to people right now so that it's current, right? Because the technology moves quite quickly. Wow. And we've got lots of shortcuts too. Little things we've learned along the way, little secret back doors. We're like, wait a minute, I just found an easier way to do this. Let's tell everybody.
Well, I just want to congratulate you to so many books.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, these stories come when they want to be written, when they want to be told, they won't let you go.
Yeah, but it's also good that you learn the whole technical side, how to actually bring it into the world. Yes. So it sounds like this is the whole package. So one thing, like we started to talk at the beginning, the story rise through us, and it's the thing to have the platform, the structure to actually put it out there. So it's good that you're offering the whole package with this course.
Yeah, we're very excited. Like I said, we didn't want all of that research and work to go to waste. We said, let's put it someplace so that can be of benefit to other writers, and then they can get their work out into the world. So we're very excited about it too. It's fun for us.
Yeah, well, thank you, Stephanie. Is there anything else you want to let other viewers know about the course? Anything else?
Yes, I want to let people know how excited I am for The Weirding Way to get published, your book, because I can't wait to read it.
Well, thank you for the encouragement. It really helps. So I'm hoping I get it done quicker with your help and co-create.
Well, thank you so much, Erica, for talking to me today all the way across the world.
Thank you, Stephanie. Bye. And have a lovely day in Canada. You still have got half of the day left.
Yes, I have a beautiful blue sky. I'm going to venture out into the snow and enjoy some nature.
Wow. It always amazes me how different it is in different time zones. Likewise, I'm going to bed in a few minutes.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep.
Thank you, Stephanie.
All right. Sweet dreams.
Thank you. Until we meet again.
Okay. Bye, Erica.
Bye, Stephanie.